Hello people and welcome back to another video. Just finished shooting for today and now I have a little bit of time, so today we're gonna talk about my new vlogging slash YouTube setup. And I know I kinda spoiled the surprise in my last video, but let me tell you why I did it. First things first, if you think that the background is a little distracting, I'm sorry, but I don't want to turn it off, so we need to make this work somehow. Now, I'm shooting on the Sony ZV-1 and this is my new vlogging slash YouTube camera, but before the Sony ZV-1 that I'm shooting on right now, I had the G7X Mark II. I had two problems with the G7X Mark II, and it's not that the fact that that camera is bad or something. My first problem was the fact that that camera wasn't shooting 4K, and I think in 2021 you need to shoot 4K and you need to upload videos in 4K. My second issue with the G7X Mark II was the fact that the G7X Mark II didn't have this kind of like audio port, so you can like put a microphone on it, and of course the internal integrated microphone, whatever you want to call it, that microphone wasn't that great. The battery life on the Sony ZV-1 is not great like all the other point and shoot cameras. It wasn't great on the G7X Mark II either, so that's why you need to buy a second battery. So that's what I did. I went and I bought another battery. But the difference between the Sony ZV-1 and the G7X Mark II is the fact that if I want, and the camera is like doing this for me, if I want I can plug in a power bank in the Sony ZV-1 and I can still record even if the battery is indicating 0. Okay, so now that I changed the battery, I can finally finish this video. So if you're just starting out and you have like a really small budget and you don't want to invest that much, I can't recommend you to buy the G7X Mark II in 2021 or 2020 because we are close to 2020. If you have a little bit of money and your budget is really small, I would recommend you to buy the, I don't know, RX 100 Mark III or 4 or something like that, because you can have that camera in your hands and you're gonna learn the settings and how things work. And when you're gonna have enough money, or after you're gonna save a lot of money, then you can like buy something like the ZV-1 or the ZV-E10, or if you want like a full frame, you can go for the A7 III or even A7 IV. Another thing that I love about the ZV-1 is the fact that the ZV-1 has the active stabilization. That thing is cool and all that, but that thing in 4K crops in quite a bit. But there's a workaround for that, and you can buy this Ulanzi MT16 or something like that kind of tripod, or I can say like a glorified selfie stick. But that thing works for this camera, so you can like capture a lot of your surroundings if you're vlogging. Another thing that is better on the Sony ZV-1 than the G7X Mark II is the fact that the bit rates for like video recording on this thing are far better than the G7X Mark II. So even though the G7X Mark II had like neutral profile and stuff like this, I have a lot of picture profiles on the Sony ZV-1, and because the bitrate is better, I can color grade things on a camera that can fit in my pocket. I bought the ZV-1 because the ZV-1 is better than the G7X Mark II in all areas. So first of all, I have the 4K recording with no limit and no overheating. Second, I have the audio jack, so if I want to put like a microphone on it or like a lav mic or something, I can do that. Third, I have 120 frames per second in 1080 with autofocus, and I have, if I want, 240 frames in slow bursts of 3 seconds. It's not necessary, but I really like that I have that thing. There are two more things about the ZV-1 that I really love. One is the defocus feature, and two is the product showcase. For example, the product showcase is on right now. So for example, if I'm gonna put something over here, the camera is gonna focus on the product that I'm like showing in front of the lens over here, and then it's gonna focus on my face. So let's do it again. I don't know if you can really see it, but it actually works because I'm checking the screen right now. So that's really helpful for me if I'm gonna do in the future like reviews and stuff like this, and then I'm just gonna like put something in front of the camera like this. The camera is gonna automatically focus on that and then on my face. There's one more feature on the ZV-1 that the G7X Mark II didn't have, and that's the softening skin effect or whatever that thing is called. I don't really care about that feature that much, but that feature is there if you want it. There are a lot of things on the ZV-1 that I really love, and I really love this camera because it's a really good complementary camera for my A7 III, but I love the fact that I can record myself in 4K, I have better audio, and I love the fact that autofocus on this one is way more reliable than the G7X Mark II. Now let's talk about the cons of the ZV-1 a little bit. One is the battery life, and of course that's why I bought another battery. Second thing that I hate about the ZV-1 is the fact that the 1/4 inch screw, so you can like put a tripod or something, is like really bad placed. So that's why I bought this like UU rig or whatever this plate is called, just to relocate that thing. So now I can open the battery door and I can take the SD card out or the battery if the battery is like done. One other thing that I hate about camera manufacturers and what they're doing is when you're buying something brand new, you're not getting like a charger for your camera, even though the camera is brand new and you don't have the charger in the box. I think I paid like 10 bucks on this one, okay, so it's not that much, but I'm expecting when I'm buying something brand new to get the charger in the box. So camera manufacturers, Apple, whatever, please include a charger. So that's the video, people. If you got some value out of it, you can drop a like for the algorithm. You can tell me in the comments down below what do you think about the Sony ZV-1 and my workarounds. I think that's how they are called, workarounds. And that's it for today. I'm gonna see you guys the next time. One more thing that I would like to mention before someone is gonna mention it in the comments is the fact that I haven't gone for the Sony ZV-10 because I'm not just starting out today. For my client work, I have the Sony a7 III, and I wanted something that is like small and compact and is not that, I don't know, in your face when you're vlogging. So I went for the ZV-1 because this one is like packing all the features that I want and can fit in my pocket. The Sony ZV-10 is great, but after you're gonna put a lens on it and a microphone and stuff like that, that thing is not that small anymore, and of course you can't fit that thing in your pocket. That's the last thing. See you in the next one.